Title: Shadows of the Past. The remnants of the great Cybertronian wars had fused into a fragile peace, an alliance that was born from necessity. Earth, long a battleground for Maximals and Predacons, became a sanctuary where both factions coexisted alongside humanity. Humans, having understood the destructive potential of the Transformers in their prime, worked zealously to forge a world where both the mechanical titans and humans could thrive. In the heart of an urban sprawl called Novus Haven, a state-of-the-art base was established where Maximals and Predacons shared knowledge, resources, and the common goal of ensuring a brighter future. The former nemeses had become equals in many ways, holding regular councils to discuss the environment, Energon conservation, and mutual security. But, as is often the case, peace was a tenuous state. In the shadows loomed Megatron, a discontented Predacon who believed in the supremacy of his kind. Unlike the others that had given up the thirst for war, Megatron had gathered a small band of loyal followers, Predacons who shared his belief that the old ways were the only way. They, too, craved the power of Energon, plotting a revolutionary return to their past glories. Answer: he embarked on a mission to clandestinely retrieve Energon from a derelict mining facility that lay beneath the primeval forests of Earth. Ravage, a sleek, black and silver former Decepticon-turned-Predacon police officer, had seen things: the rise and fall of empires, the destruction of worlds, and the hope of new beginnings. He had no patience for Megatron's primitive ideology. His work as a law enforcer alongside humans had given him a new perspective on life, one that embraced cooperation and understanding. But when word reached him that Maximals had gone missing during a follow-up investigation into Megatron's operations, the urgency of the situation increased tenfold. His partner, Calvatron, a human Cybertronian hybrid with a unique combination of agility and intellect, had only recently joined the Predacon police force. As they stood together on a sprawling terrace that overlooked Novus Haven, Calvatron was scanning the latest reports on Megatron's activities with keen interest. Ravage, the last sighting of the Maximals, was near the old Energon mines. They said they went to investigate and were captured, Calvatron said, his voice stunningly calm for someone dealing with such turmoil. We need to mobilize a response team. Ravage considered the gravity of the situation. If they're in Megatron's capture, time is not on our side. We can't afford to underestimate him. He's clever and crafty. A lone squad might not even return. Calvatron nodded, fragile hope notwithstanding. But we can't just leave them. The very fabric of our alliance could unravel. The two quickly assembled a small team composed of Maximals who had earned their trust, a tech-savvy engineer named Rhinox, and a fierce air warrior named Airraiser. Both understood the stakes they faced. Retreating into the shadows was no longer an option. As they approached the forest, a heavy sense of dread filled the air. The lush greenery stood in stark contrast to the steel-grey abyss of the mines ahead. Megatron's fortress was a scar in the landscape, its metallic surface glinting with an eerie glow under the dappled sunlight. I'll scout from above, Airraiser suggested, taking to the skies. I can see if any of Megatron's forces are patrolling the area. Rhinox equipped his handheld devices that could disrupt the security systems of the fortress, while Ravage and Calvatron discussed the most effective entry points. The group communicated with silent gestures, adrenaline coursing through them like Energon itself. I've picked up a few Energon signatures inside the mining facility, Airraiser reported, descending gracefully back to them. But they seem to radiate a chaos frequency. Something's not right. Calvatron looked at Ravage. That must be how he's using the Energon. It might have unpredictable side effects, and we can't allow it to fall into his hands. Ravage placed a hand on his partner's shoulder. We have to go in quickly, rescue the Maximals, and ensure that Megatron's plans are thwarted. This mission isn't just about them anymore, it's about preserving our peace. Stealth was their ally as they infiltrated the mines. The path was winding and treacherous, and every corner turned revealed a world where shadows loomed larger than life. The darkness resonated with whispers of anger, betrayal, and desperation, the echoes of past wars. As they approached the central chamber, the air thickened with static electricity and an unsettling hum. There, they found the Maximals, captured but not broken, held in stasis pods that glowed ominously with the chaos-enhanced energon. "We need to disable those pods, now," Ravage commanded, glancing warily at their surroundings. Calvatron quickly interfaced with the stasis pod systems, his human agility helping him maneuver through the wiring. "I can only hold the harness for a few moments." Suddenly, a booming voice rumbled through the chamber, sending tremors through the ground beneath them. "So, you've finally come to rescue your lost kin. How delightfully predictable." From the shadows emerged Megatron, a gleam of malevolence in his optics. "You're too late. With this energon, I will resurrect the war, elevate my warriors, and crush the Maximals once and for all. But first, it seems we have guests." The Predacons leapt into action, ready to defend their leader. Ravage and Calvatron exchanged fierce glances as they prepared to confront Megatron and his forces. "Go, we'll hold them off," Ravage shouted to Rhinox and Airazor. "Get the Maximals. We'll cover you." With a clash of metal and mechanical roars echoing through the mines, a battle ensued. Calvatron, using his human-lit agility, weaved between Predacons, while Ravage demonstrated his combat skills in slowed time. Metal shavings scattered as energon pulsed in dazzling colors, lighting the chamber in a dance of chaos. "Hold your ground," Megatron roared, unleashing blasts of energon with determined fervor. However, Ravage and Calvatron fought together with unyielding synergy, the complementary strengths pushing back against the tide of overwhelming odds. Just as Megatron unleashed a devastating wave of charged energon, Laserbeak, a loyal Maximal who had escaped earlier, arrived, turning the tide of the battle. With his flight capabilities, he decimated the Predacon guards, creating a window of opportunity for the captured Maximals to escape. With a final united push, Ravage delivered a powerful strike, knocking Megatron off balance. Calvatron quickly shut down the stasis pods, releasing the Maximals from their agonizing captivity. The chaotic energy around them began to dissipate as they joined the fray. With the combined might, they took down the remaining Predacon rebels, binding them in chains made of reinforced alloy. The tide had turned, and as Megatron lay defeated under the combined strength of Maximals and Predacons, the realization dawned on all involved. "The war is not about domination," Ravage said solemnly, gazing into Megatron's optics. "It's about moving forward. Amongst these ruins of the past, we have seen a future we never knew existed. You cannot destroy that with hatred." As the Maximals subdued Megatron, hope rose anew. Back in Novus Haven, the Alliance would strengthen, learning from the mistakes of their predecessors. With humans, Maximals, and Predacons standing united, they could build a world where battles of the past would not dictate the futures of those willing to change. Joyful reunions began among the group. Calvatron looked at Ravage, the tribal energy of camaraderie buzzing like freshly ignited energon. They had fought against the ghosts of their history and had emerged victorious in a world where hope was not just a fractured dream, but a reality that echoed in every choice they made moving forward. Thus, the shadows of the past began to recede, giving way to dawn.